All right. Good morning. Good morning. It is May 21st. It is Tuesday, day 2 of this week. Hope everyone's feeling good. Take a look at disclosure before we get into the 6:30 club. All right. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Scott Redler. I am the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. Welcome to today's 6:30 club. Hopefully everyone's feeling well. Yesterday was a pretty good start to the week. Tech acted well. Bitcoin that we've been tracking pretty close, that we had our little red dog senses go up, late last week as we positioned into more BITO calls, bought the IBIT as well as some Mara calls. We got paid pretty well yesterday. Now it does seem like there could be follow through after a bit of a pause. But anyway, before we get into all that, I hope everyone's feeling well. Let me say hello to some of my dogs around the world, see if anyone's awake. There are people awake. We got OB Dweller in the house. That's one of my friends from around the country. We got Tony Wallace, the educator from Florida. What's up, my man? More DJ Red Dog. You like that, Scotty, huh? Another Scotty. You've probably been born 1972 to 1975. That's when all the Scots were born. I don't think anyone's been named Scott since. Anyway, what up, Throb? What up, Jason? What up, Enver? What up, Ryan? Got everyone in the house? Yes. Ethereum also had a nice move, but you don't need to be in everything to net money. Can't kiss all the babies. But anyway, you're right. So anyway, with that being said, the only way you're going to really participate with these type of moves is with preparation. So how I'm trying to train you guys is to prepare every day. How do you do that? You wake up early, you go through lots of charts, you create your go-to list, you put multiple plans together. When the market executes and things go through price levels, you have to buy fast. You can incubate a position, and then you add to it using a tier system when the trade turns on. Yeah, that's just a little of the tools and tactics of the trade. So anyway, what's the S&P cash doing right now? Well, you do have this upper little box formation. Some people are getting a little antsy saying, hey, Red Dog, we've had quite a move, and I hear you. But doesn't mean it's over. Doesn't mean we're not going to have a blow-off move, or doesn't mean that, they can give you a little bit of a leg sweep. A lot of it's going to depend on Nvidia tomorrow. So anyway, we'll get to that. At this point, everybody knows the Blood in the Street account was bought on 419, or right around 49.76, and then sold last week on May 15th, which was, I think, last Wednesday, right into here. So to me, it doesn't matter. We want to trend higher. I'm going to have my portfolio approach in my active trading world and swing trades, and I'm also going to stay with it if all of a sudden, we get close to a top, and some people calling about DeMark's. DeMark, he's a good technician. He's been around for a while. He puts out different type of buy and sell signals. His system is saying be careful right here. So we'll see. At this point, you have 52.83, which was the low from Friday, and you have the 8-day. So we're still trying to let the 8-day, which we've been above since breaking out here, on May 3rd, play some catch up. With that being said, though, there's been lots of things to do. For some of us, we did really well with Microsoft yesterday. Microsoft, to me, looks like it's perhaps on its way to finally take out this 431. I did buy options twice. A week and a half ago, we talked about buying the 415s, which I got paid very well last week. And then I switched them up on Friday saying, hey, there's too much equity in these 415s. Let me sell them. Let me buy some 430s. And yesterday, those options did pretty well. And I sold some because I always trim a little bit. And now I'll see, can we get above this 431? Bottom line is, as much as Microsoft has been a leader, it literally, hasn't made a new high or broken out above this channel in like 4 months. A bunch of these mega cap techs haven't done that. So everyone's complaining on how, mega cap tech is the only, show out there. It's not true. Actually, a bunch of them are even lagging the market. So don't complain. Complaining is not going to get you anywhere. Do some more homework and make some money. Right. So anyway, we'll see how Microsoft responds today. It was actually interesting. I was on my way in today. on my way to Dunkin' Donuts, and I was listening to 1010 Wins, and they were talking about how Microsoft's going mainstream. That AI is not just for the professional businesses. That their Copilot Plus is going to be on software and hardware everywhere. So chances are, hey, maybe there is another move here. Sometimes they like to sell part two of the event, but maybe they don't. And we get through this 431 and you get a nice move, and that would help tech. So I have half my options left. I'm not in the stock. We'll see how it goes. As of right now, Microsoft's up $1.89. So it's getting kind of close to this 431, right? Yesterday we talked about Netflix. That trade's tricky. I gave you a level to be long verse and a level to add through. And look what Netflix did. Hey, look at that. Netflix actually really has been trading well. It gave you this earnings gap to fill. That was one trade. There's different types of trades. So this was one trade, got above 560, filled the gap. Actually even went further. And then I'm like, guys, you could buy a verse 605 or add through 626 and PS another name at an all-time high. So when you look at a group, you want to say, hey, if this stock in the group could do it, maybe another one can. So bottom line is Google did it last week. Okay, and we did really well. Remember that buy in the hole? Okay, that was a good spot to buy some options, which we did. And then I was done with it on Friday. I don't have any Google, but here you are, Google making an all-time high, Netflix making an all-time high. So I'm just saying you connect the dots, and that's why I'm staying with some Microsoft options, and I might even buy it if it can get through and stay above 431 versus selling it. So that's how you try and think about things, with market sentiment and watching other things perform. So it gives you some clues that a sector could do it together. Differently, Apple has been awesome. Apple, everyone knows Red Dog loves when Apple's in play, and it hasn't been in play for a while. I ignored Apple for most of this year, and then finally, after the response to earnings, I was buying Apple versus 180.43, which we spoke about many times here in the 630 club. And then it started to get better as it cleared 184, and PS went to as high as 191.92 yesterday. We had some options on, some stock on. I still have some stock and options on. I did get rid of the 190s we bought for $1, like 250, and I rolled them up on Friday into 195s 2 weeks out in case it wanted to get back up towards this 198 to 199 area, which it seems like it's on its way. It had a few reasons to go down yesterday with them lowering their iPhone costs in China, but that's not old. That's not new news. So that actually worked out pretty well. So anyway, with that being said, Apple's still doing well. So really what everyone's looking at is Nvidia. Obviously, earnings are tomorrow. Can they beat the way they've beat? Can they raise? Is there a stock split? We'll see. All I know is that, patterns getting nice and tight ahead of its all-time high, which always has traders like me that love momentum, getting a little like, woo, here we go. So what did Red Dog do? Actually, I handled this pretty well. Okay, why? Because I talked about here with you when I was buying the 925s and the 950s, and I did get rid of them because I was running out of time last week, which was nice. And then I'm like, listen, into this down move, I'm going to buy the $1,000 calls for earnings into weakness. So if they get us back towards 950 or 970 into tomorrow, maybe I can create a spread. And by positioning correctly, the movement will help me finance it. So I have less risk for the print on Wednesday. Then obviously 974 is going to be super important. It's going to have to get above and stay above that to get you 1,000 plus. So anyway, what's Nvidia doing today? Nvidia's up 4. Okay, so Nvidia is at 952. This isn't right. Yesterday's high was what? 952. Ooh, there you go. So it's going to have to get above and stay above that to potentially get back towards Friday's high of 958. So anyway, my virtual trading floor, which a lot of people like to look at, is right here. Okay. I still, again, I have the $1,000 calls on. I do have some Nvidia stock on. I have a bunch of things working. Like I went over this URA with you guys for the last month. That's been fantastic. I do have a bunch of sets of Beto calls on. These were old ones that, I kind of might not, make in time. Actually, I might, depending on how it goes. Put these on recently, put that on recently, put Mara calls on Friday. I trimmed a little bit yesterday where those things over here. Microsoft, as I just told you, and then even yesterday, Red Dog bought a little bit of AMC and a little GME. they looked like they turned up, and maybe we would get another, day of follow through, which we don't have right now. They're lower, so we'll see if we could add to them to go green. Every now and then I played them once. If you remember, we bought AMC last Monday and had huge follow through on Tuesday, and then I haven't looked at it since. And then yesterday, if something gives me a reason to be in it, I'll go with it. So anyway, that's Nvidia. So why did I buy GME yesterday? I thought maybe it had a little red dog reversal here, a little bit how it got below 1970, came back up, figured maybe we fill this gap. So I did buy a little bit. What's GME doing? Right now, I think it's down $1. So I am a little bit lower there. It's down $1. But hey, maybe it goes from down $1 to green and pushes above this little spot and gets in the gap, and we make some money. If it doesn't, no big deal. But I had a reason. If you sold into the 60s, hey, maybe you could buy back in the 20s for a little bit of back and fill. Same thing with AMC. I had it on that day too, and I sold it up until about $11. So I figured, hey, first green day here, maybe you get a little bit more, and it's down 15 cents. Listen, you're not going to make money on every single trade, or it's not going to be as easy with upside follow through without having to do much. I don't care what everyone says on Twitter and on TV. Most of them are all lying. You have to be able to work your trades also. And if everyone tells you they have 100% accuracy, or they just turned $10,000 into $4 million, chances are they're lying. It takes a little bit more work than that. But anyway, we'll see what happens here. It did give you a little bit of a candle where you're like, hey, maybe, I don't think we're going to get a move to 1188 like last time, but maybe a little bit of a move. As of right now, no. It's fine. We'll figure that out. On the other side, again, URA, look at that move. That was a nice breakout trade. Remember, I was telling you I was buying more here. I had these 3250s on, which worked out very well. Probably needs a pause. That's the daily chart of uranium. You go to the weekly chart of uranium, and or actually, let's go to the monthly. It's even better looking. It just poked its head above this 3260. So to me, I think this is going to go to 40 plus. So I'm going to stay with this trade. It's not the usual red dog type trade. This was a concept trade that's working out. Same thing with UNG that I gave you guys a month or two ago. Actually, let's take a look at what the weekly chart looks like here. Yeah. But anyway, remember when gold on the weekly, monthly chart looked absolutely fantastic. And, it was at 1900. I'm like, it's going to go to 24 to 2600, and at 2400, I'm like, it's done. Put a short-term top in and then refueled. So anyway, gold, look at that. This is, this was your weekly chart. Look how awesome that is. Look how technicals can make you money, even in the precious metals, right? You had your first move up, paused into this 193, 194, had a nice bull flag. I give you guys those chart patterns every Saturday. Take 3 minutes and learn the bull flag. Well, here you go. And then look at this move above the 8-day. Wow. So above the 8-day, bullish patterns, connect the dots, use your tier system, and you can make a living in this game if you're prepared, because the stock market is not a casino. I don't care what the cool guys out there say. It's a way to make money. If you do a calculator where you can make money for a living, it's a way to save for retirement, and also sometimes a way to pay for your kids' college if you put a 529 together. Not everyone's looking for bailouts. Anyway, so with all that said, we'll see what today brings. Okay, probably this is goal to just kiss this 225. If you remember, it put a short-term top in, came in, gave you a red dog reversal right here, and then since then trended back up. It probably just needs a day or so off. I don't think it's done. And as far as crypto is concerned, I did tell you my Bitcoin antenna was going up, and if we get above 67, could probably see 70,000 like that. And you could see the video, and hey, look at that, 71,000, just like that. So you can again make money in these things by using technicals and using a tier system. If you remember, this was the chart that I posted literally, I think, on Friday. I'm like, guys, look how tight it is. We love it when it's tight because you can position for when it expands. And what did it do? We're right back into this 71 to 72.6 to 73.8 area, which should be rejection for a little bit, right? When you get into an area, you see some sellers, especially after you just had a big move. So with a bit of digestion, do I think this is going to reject price? Do I think that yesterday's high of almost 70,000 is going to be the high of Bitcoin for May? I don't. I think May, June, probably June is going to be the month that you're going to be at 80,000 or something like that in Bitcoin. But for now, you had a nice move to trim into, and then see how we digest and how fast it's going to take to go again. And anyway, some guys like, why did you buy Mara options? I'm like, well, it was really tight down here, and I wanted to have some more exposure, and I figured, hey, why not buy what did I buy? The 22.5 and 23 calls, and now we'll see how it continues. It went to 22.82 yesterday. So again, through experience, knowing what sector moves with what, with what instrument, you could make good money. And it's not up a whole lot, but again, that was the way to go. Anybody in the comment sector is still there? Is Jason, you still around? Enver, you still? Yeah, you guys are watching. All right. Even Robinhood. Red Dog made money in Robinhood. Why? Because the chart said, hey, let's do this, right? You had your first move in Robinhood above this 1350, okay, and then 14, and then it consolidated and gave you 2050, and we were buying $20 calls last week, and then yesterday I sold a bunch of those again, and then I even rolled them up into the 21s. And now today we'll see, if it holds up or not. I would be trimming into this move. So again, stocks come in and out of your go-to list. You know what I'm saying? And if by having a big go-to list of 40 names, it's like a nightclub. You're outside, you're looking for the best looking, coolest cats, and you have the A list, the B list, and the C list. And, actually, that's not really nice. Not everyone is, everyone's equal. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, on your go-to list, there's only so much real estate you have on your notes. So sometimes a sector is looking great, ready to go. It's on the A list. It's right front and center on your platform. And then it goes a bunch of days, and you have to trim it and just have a trailer, moves down to the B and the C list, and then you move up something else into your focused A list. And this has been like, no, I haven't looked at Robinhood in ages, especially after that move. But right in here, I'm like, it's ready to go again. Same way with Bitcoin and crypto. So anyway, there's only so much space you could put on your real estate. So make sure to have your go-to list. Make sure you watch it closely so you know when it gets stronger, when it gets better, when it's ready to go, when your seat time tells you, which is what we were talking about with crypto yesterday. And that's that. So with all that being said, I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see, can Microsoft ignite today, or do they try and sell part 2 of the event? And then we have Nvidia tomorrow. That'll be really important for tech. And the reason why the Dow was down yesterday was because of JP Morgan. Just so you know, stocks can correct. And if you look right here, you had this ascending channel in JP Morgan. It did a red dog reversal sell. What's that? When it pushes above an area, it comes back below. And my sell rules have it, if it does that and then it breaks a prior low, you better get the hell out of the way, especially after a huge move. So anyway, that's why the Dow is down. But money rotated to other sectors. The Dow can't always lead. I like it actually better when tech and some of the other ones lead. All right, guys, I got to jump. I'm going to do about 40 charts now. Hang out with the Alpha team. Listen to my music. Today I'm doing a little instead of 80s rock. I'm doing a little what the hell is it called? Reggae rock, and I'm chilling out. If in the morning when you're doing your prep work, listen to music, have your happy spot, turn the damn TV off, so you're not listening to all the opinions out there. Let the charts, let the reaction to the news tell you how to operate versus trying to get over confirmation from all the people who you think are so smart out there. You're smart enough. Work on it. Love you guys. Later.